What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Small Biz. In today's video, we're going to talk about something called quad witching that only happens 4 times a year. And in the past, it used to be very volatile until those zero-date options showed up. And is it really true that one of our stocks that we sold a few months ago for a 30% profit just quadrupled in the last few hours? All that and more coming right out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am watching the madness. It is just after noon. 91 cents looks to be close to the high on the day for VERB. I will talk about it extensively in the second half of this video. Congratulations, by the way, if you made some money. And if it's me, what are we scratching? 91 and small change. I'm pulling the ripcord on some or all. I said, hey, I'd be selling it at 47. Obviously, I was wrong. The guy who's right 93.5% of the time in the last 17 months was wrong. And I'll explain why I think it's running right now in a second. But today is one of only 4 times a year, every 3 months, that we have 4 sets, and I'm keeping it simple, stupid, of options that expire on the same day. It's a multi-trillion-dollar event. It's the indexes, it's the futures on the indexes, and of course the individual stocks. We only have 2. Snap, I've already given that to the freeloaders. We own it at 1068. No, I didn't want to sell it at 12.5 for 16%. We're looking for double that. And one other stock that starts with L that might get a little frisky towards the close. The rest of the stocks don't have options. I don't expect any insane moves like what we're seeing right now in VERB. But you're going to want to be paying attention in the final hour. That's why they call it witching. The witching hour, right? From 3 to 4 or 4:30 in the past is when they balance the books. So everybody that's rolling over contracts has a decision. Do I get in? Do I get out? Do I cover? Do I go this? Do I go that? And again, I'm keeping it simple, stupid. And when you have trillions of dollars sloshing around in such a short time frame, it used to be very volatile, but it's my opinion that major firms like Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, etc., Morgan Stanley, and perhaps even the plunge protection team that works for the Fed are using these options that expire same day to smooth out the volatility. Because the last time 3 months ago, there was nothing to see. It was quiet as a church mouse, even after hours. Before that, we had 2 stocks inside of our Discord, I believe it was September, that more than doubled between 4 and 4:15 p.m. And then, of course, later that night, the next day, they were right back down again. So again, Snap and one other stock that starts with L, looks like last trade, 78 cents. We're slightly underwater in the mid-80s. All right, I want to talk about VERB. And once again, congratulations to anybody who happened to score on this. But if we can be honest for a second, if you go into StockTwits or even Reddit yesterday, they had the CEO hanging by a noose. This guy's been tarred and feathered more than the guys that run MCOM and Mullen. He is notorious for dilution and reverse splits and false promises and bullshit contracts and you name it. And yesterday, when it was 14 cents, average daily volume of 1.2 million shares, nobody wanted to touch it. We had traded in the past. We made 30% selling it at 22. It went all the way down to 11.40, an all-time low. And about a third to half of our server didn't get out because it happened quick. Sometimes that's going to be the case. What's our mantra inside of the Discord? Be patient, do not panic. Most of the stuff that I pick comes back within a week, within a month or 2. Not all, but most. Well, last night, 14 and change, no sign on the 5-minute chart of anyone knowing an ounce of this contract being leaked with Facebook and Instagram. It's an integration. Would have been nice to see a comment from somebody at Meta or Instagram, so I'd be very careful. And again, I'll explain why in a second, why this thing is pushing $1 and it may in fact go through after hours. But the sentiment was awful. This is a company that's been promising fucking major returns and revenue growth for years. Multiple reverse splits, massive dilution, all-time low not even a month or 2 ago. And here we are once again with dumb retail. Don't want it at 14. Had to have it at 47 when I said, man, I'd be selling some. And here we are scratching 90 cents just after noon, and there's still people piling into this motherfucker. And as I said in the Discord, what you need to be very careful of, I'll give you one example, RNAZ, TTOO, you get stocks that go up 2, 3, 4, 5x, way above nosebleed territory, way extended from home base on the 50 and the 200 day. Stocks have gravity. You also have something called massive at the market or under below market dilution. Time and time again, I've been doing this 30 years, half of it as a broker from 93 to 2007. I can almost guarantee, especially with a stock like this, and I'd love to be wrong, that the investment banker's on the phone with the CEO and saying, well, can you believe this? I had no idea. I thought we'd get 30, 40 cents, but almost $1. Well, we can't really say this, but we're going to say this. We're establishing a short position here right now up around 90 cents to $1. I think it's a good time based on all this FOMO, all this volume, all this etc. to do an offering. And we'll use the 10-day VWAP where it was for 10 days around 14 cents. We'll include today's price because I made the phone call when it was 40 cents, right? Wink, 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 nod, nod. So we'll do an offering at a quarter. Maybe 30 cents if you're lucky. And then chopped off at the knees. You know it. I know it. It happens all the fucking time. They get these stocks cooked up. The bankers take a massive short position. They use the fucking collapse to cover the short and make money on the investment banking side. So in closing, if it's me right now at 88 cents, I'm pulling the ripcord, even though I was a little early inside of the Discord, right fucking now on some, most, if not all of it. And then I drop to one knee and thank the good Lord above before you go out with your buddies and have a whiskey on a big rock. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, always remember that I love you. Keep those cards and complaints coming. And thanks for watching. How come you didn't get us back in? You got us in a bunch of shit, including a C stock. It's going nowhere. And then I saw you make that tag post where you said, hey, it's 27 cents. I didn't tell you to sell it though, did I? I got out at 31. I could have tripled my fucking money.